Hey guys, Scott here from the Corbin Collective. I'm excited that if you're watching this video, that means you're reading this email that we sent you. Now, this email is jam-packed with all the details, the when, where, why, and how of True North. So a lot of guys have questions about just kind of the basics of when to be, where to be. All that stuff is in this email. I want to talk about three things. The first thing is this. I want you to start thinking about kind of getting things squared away around the house before you go to True North. Before you even get to True North, I know how important it is for you to be mentally there when you get to True North. And so I know we all got lives, we got kids, family, work, and all things, but I want to encourage you to do some things to be intentional about letting people know, hey, I'm going away for this event, so that you can be fully there, because I know like we put a lot of effort into making this a really great weekend, but that's just the small part. The big part is I believe God's got you there for a reason, and I want you to be fully there, like really aware of what God's doing, especially so that you've got all these guys around you. You can really kind of be tuned into them and not worrying about all the things that we've got going on in our lives. So kind of start getting things ready for that. Let people know that you're going to be intentionally spending some time in the mountains at True North. I want to talk about what you're going to experience when you get there. In this email, we talk about necessary gear, recommended and required gear. There's another link, there's another video. Beard has done a bag dump here in our new studio. He's really kind of walking through some of the recommended gear, like, hey, this is what we normally take to True North so that you can really enjoy it. And that's not a necessary you run out and buy all those things, but some people ask, like, hey, do you recommend something? Watch the other video. Beard, he's really going to help you see a lot of things that we carry that could just add value to your weekend. Now, here's the biggest thing I want to communicate today. A lot of people, I got a phone call this morning saying, like, hey, is there like a carpool? Like, how do I get there? Is there a carpool, clown car, caravan? Like, how are we getting to Ridgehaven? Well, that's a great question. We're trying something new. So if you've been with us in the past, you know that we've kind of made a Google sheet and guys jump on there, they put their details in, and that worked okay. But we're trying something new. Thanks Cody Thompson, who's just a technical genius, dude's pretty rad for that, found us a new app. And so you're going to get an invite, and we'll put a link here in this email. And so this app is called carroster.io. Now, I call it an app. It's just done from your phone. It's not an app you're downloading. It's actually a website. But basically, we have already added you to the list. And so if you go to this link to Car Roster, you're going to look at the bottom. It says waiting list. And you can click on waiting list, and you're going to see a list of names, and you find yourself on that list. And what you can do is assign yourself to a car. Now, if you want to drive, if you're willing to drive, right on the travels button, on the home button, just hit the add car button. And what that allows you to do is say, like, hey, I volunteer to drive. You can put in your destination of where you're leaving from, your time of travel, when you're departing. It gives their information. So basically, if you are willing to drive, select I'll drive. Now, let me say this final thing. At Ridgehaven, we have very limited parking. There's really not a lot of places. So we actually need to carry as least amount of vehicles. Number one, there's really no need for you to ride all the way to Brevard by yourself. Matter of fact, we really encourage you to ride with someone. There's kind of some secret sauce to True North. It's like some of the things that happen on the way and on the way home. And so make sure that you get in a car with someone and help us kind of limit our footprint. When you get to Ridgehaven, you're actually going to have to unload and then take your car or your vehicle to a parking lot and then get shuttled back. So if you could help us limit how many vehicles we have up at Ridgehaven, it's going to help us not wear out our welcome with our hosts that are there, but it's going to add to your experience. So click the link for Car Roster. Make sure if you're willing to drive, you can say I can take X amount of people and put all the details in there. If you want to ride with someone, just assign yourself to a car. When the car is full, that car is not accessible anymore. So, hey guys, this is a lot of information, but we want to make sure that you are communicated to. If you got any questions, reply to us. You can ask me, Scott. You can ask Matt, and we'd be glad to help you get ready for True North. But in the meantime, we'll see you there.